Paulie here on the Latino Slant, and I just watched the first two episodes of Star Wars Skeleton Crew, The Skeleton Crew. The first episode is entitled This Could Be a Real Adventure, and the second episode is entitled Way, Way Out Past the Barrier. The barrier being the barrier around this planet that the kids and the world that they inhabit. Atatan, I believe that's what it's called. Forgive me if I don't get all the names right. But let me just say, without getting bogged down in details and spoilers and plot points and all that stuff, this is absolutely 100% nostalgic, delightful, from the 80s. That good feel, that magic, that wonderment, that imagination that kids have when they are young, especially if they're maybe in a certain situation that they're not happy with. And Wim, our lead kiddo, who is just they're all just remarkably cast. Wonderful, wonderful cast. This is who we follow. He's the main kid. His what we get is that he has with a single father who's working all the time, doesn't have enough time for him, and the kid's Luke Skywalker, for lack of better words. He's always dreaming, always wanting to go on adventures and to explore, and plays with his Jedi's. Let me tell you here too, timeline wise, this is a few years after the fall of the Empire. So 5, 10 years, I don't know what it is, but take that for what it is, and um, put that in with the storyline of this, that they say right off the bat in the hyper routes, like the hyper routes, there's a lot of piracy, there's a lot of pirate ships, there's a lot of pirate action. So this really is Star Wars Goonies for kids. You have aliens, you have pirates, you have mercenaries, you have bad dudes, out for treasure, out to loot, in this part of the universe, while this kid Wim is kind of stuck on this very safe planet. And that is going to have some mystery as well that they start to uncover in episode two. But basically, episode one is him and his best friend, the little elephant boy, which which is really cute. Then they meet this like really kind of this girl team where they're into their own little speed bikes and all that stuff, trying to be tough, and some adventure goes from there. But again, it's got all the magic elements for this type of escapism, as far as a child's restlessness and imagination of wanting to just do something more than just homework, than just studying for tests and tests and tests. You really get the feeling that this is kind of an oppressive system they have on this planet. It's not, I wouldn't say a I would say it's a system to protect its citizens. And it maybe is, you could tell it's getting a little too far, but I think we're going to find out why they run this planet the way they do. And one major spoiler in episode two, they let you know that the planet that Wim and the friends are from, that we see in episode one, to the universe, it's a myth. It's a lost planet of treasure. It's a lost planet of treasure. I mean, how cool is that? That these kids were actually living and breathing on this boring, so-called boring planet, that they wanted to just find adventure. They never knew that the adventures and the treasures were there on their planet. So we're gonna find out a lot about that. I hope. I really like the dad. I thought he was a good dad trying to do his best. He's kind of a bit of a nerd. He's like an analyst. So that was interesting. Really, the first episode, I think, is around 45 to 50 minutes, and the second episode is 29 minutes. I can't find anything wrong in regards to storytelling. It's pretty reminiscent, like I said, of those of that genre of kids adventures. and it does it really well. In fact, it does it so well that it gives nods to itself, to its older Star Wars self, which, any Star Wars fan is going to love that. It it is cookie cutter copy and paste, but it's done very well, and the kids are really good. So that's really all I got. The second episode is a lot shorter. They go into they kind of by accident get whisked away in this ship that they discover on their planet, and they go into hyperspace. And episode 2 finds them on a pirate portal, like a port of pirates. They run into pirates and aliens, and all that ensues, and that is a blast. It's pretty quick as far as that second episode, but it's really about these four, and I like these four kids. So it makes me want to see more. It makes me want to, like, okay, let me go along with the adventure. What else do I want to say in regards to the potential audience? You know, there's a there for it being like a kids action adventure. It's actually very adult, and they're dealing with certain themes of loss of a broken home, of loneliness, of peer pressure, and then you see, so there's that, but then you see in the action adventure there's a lot of kills. So that's kind of interesting. It makes me think of the 80s films, how they too, even though they were like Goonies or Time Bandits or E.T., they were never afraid to talk about adult themes of the time in their movies. So they hit it right here. So I'm really interested to see where this goes. Again, those are the first two episodes. It looks like this drops every Tuesday. So we will be here for episode 3. And I want to know what you guys think of the first two episodes so far. Star Wars, The Skeleton Crew. Oh, one last thing. At the end of episode 2, Jude Law makes his appearance. Great introduction. And great character who is a Force user. Don't know if he's a Jedi yet, but to Wim's imagination, he thinks he's a Jedi, and I absolutely love that. All right, make sure you are subscribed to our newsletter as well on thelatinoslant.com. Wherever you're at, keep that slant fuerte. Gracias.